Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Restore Christendom.
Good evening.
Hello, I am Tommy.
And I'm Emily. And it's Wednesday, July 9th, 2025 at 7:18 p.m.
Yes,
Mostly on time.
mostly.
Mostly.
Yeah, I think I hit go live right at
Yeah, it's whatever.
15. I don't know.
We're not like everybody else waiting for 800 people to be waiting for us to finally be able to go live.
Yeah, no, we go live on time.
Yep.
If you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not.
Because we're white people.
Yes.
Punctual white people.
Yes, what she said. I think that's racist, but okay.
Well, I don't know. Sue me.
Okay. I will contact my lawyer.
Have fun with that.
Yep.
Have fun testifying against your spouse in court.
As a proud black man, I take offense to that.
I know. It was rough. It's rough for you.
Mm-hmm. It has been a rough day for me. It is for sure. Ugh.
21 miles on your bike?
Yeah, like literally just finished. I literally stepped off the bike 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. So finally gotten to a point where he's like stabilized his breathing and his heart's not beating out of his chest.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally came home from work. The second I walked in the door, we ate dinner. And then we came down here and we did the Tour de France highlight show on our other channel. And then I ran upstairs, changed, hopped on the bike, and literally just got back 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I rolled in the garage like right at 7.
Yes.
So
it was a action-packed rest day.
Yeah. Well, yesterday wound up being the rest day because it rained.
We got
thunderstorm. I couldn't ride yesterday.
Right. We had a monsoon through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good ride though. It was was it a good ride?
Well, good.
Yeah. And then just not that anybody cares, but just so everybody knows, today, good evening, Jenny.
Oh, hello, Jenny.
Today was time trial stage on the tour. So they did a 21-mile time trial.
Mm-hmm.
Remco Evenepoel won with a time of 36 minutes and like 28 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And, everybody else came in between 37 and 42.
Mm-hmm.
I did 21 miles today in a similar terrain, and it took me an hour and 21 minutes.
Yes.
So.
Comparison,
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Reef.
Yeah. No, I was only like 50 minutes slower than these guys.
Right. Yeah, there you go. And you just got back into this less than a month ago. Well, I don't know. Right at a month ago.
Nah, it's maybe a little longer than that.
A little over a month?
Maybe a little over a month.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. Since I used to be a pretty good cyclist, I think it's coming back pretty quick. I'm no slouch.
No.
So yeah. So that really shows how impressive those dudes are.
Right.
So, but enough about the tour. If you want to hear us talk about the tour, check us out tomorrow for highlights of Stage 6.
Stage 6 over on Pareca Pack.
Yep. Otherwise known as Tommy's Super Bowl.
Yes.
Oh, hello, doggo.
Super Bowl that lasts a month.
Yeah, it's a whole month. How can you not love it?
I don't know. I don't know. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing that they get to do.
It's entertaining to watch, I think, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. The highlights are a little different. Watching the highlights are fun, but not as good as watching the whole. I know it's
Watching
like
the whole
5
thing.
hours watching the whole thing, but still,
Yeah.
I like watching the whole thing better.
Yeah.
But highlights is a good way to break new people into it.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, you can go find the whole day's thing on your own time if you enjoyed the highlights.
Yeah.
Lance not strong.
That's what my jersey says, Arif. It says Lance not strong on it. If I was doping like him, I'd probably be a lot faster.
Might be.
Yeah, I should look into that.
Maybe. Ask doctor if she'll
I
draw
don't
for
know.
you.
You remember the last time I was on steroids?
It was a good time for me.
It was a good time for you. Yeah.
I like them
It was
trembolone sandwiches.
It was a good time for me too. When I was on trend, man, it was, man, nothing made me feel, I've never felt so good in my life.
Me neither. If you know, you know, and if you don't, I ain't telling you.
Bitch, get naked, get up and right out.
Yeah, my face is going red. I can feel it.
My face is still red from that long ride.
Well, yeah. Your balls can't get any smaller.
No, so they cannot. I don't know how you knew that, but did you tell them? Did you make a post in their group chat about how small my balls are?
I might have mentioned it.
Okay.
I think somebody else was lamenting about their small ones, and I said, "Oh, don't worry."
Yeah. Jenny said fried bologna.
Yeah. See, Reef knows.
Yeah, Reef knows. There's no better feeling in the world than when you're on trend, man. Trend test stack is just.
I'm a lady, so I don't know these things. But as the woman who was dating the dude who did it, I'm a fan. Roasted, yes.
Boom.
Yeah. And they obviously work. They do work.
Yeah,
they do work.
I dropped a bunch of fat and put on a whole bunch of muscle in 9 weeks. It was ridiculous.
Yep. Yeah.
Ugh.
195 shredded steel, putting up retard weight.
Yeah,
That's the way it goes.
yeah. It's like every day, just stacking plates and more plates. It's like,
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
it was. There was. I don't know. It wasn't maybe like a week, and it was. I was like, me spotting you is just for sport.
Right.
Like it's just the aesthetic.
I can't lift this weight anymore. Yeah.
Like I mean, at first I'm like, yeah, no, if you struggle, I got you. I'm not gonna let you get squished under here, you know. But like, it wasn't long where I was like, I don't know how you want me to help you. Go, babe, go.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Squatch. How are you doing?
Hey, Squatch.
We're just sitting here talking about steroids.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ugh. Nice. Vespers again. Sweet. He doesn't listen to me. It's been 19 months.
Full speed ahead with the charismatics.
It's been 19 months of him just blatantly ignoring me. So I am going to do what Jesus told his disciples to do and just stand in the street and say, "Woe to you. Woe to you.
Even the dust
on my feet I shake off, and Sodom would have a better day than what you're about to have, you dumb beezy." That's where I'm at with it. Like, I genuinely love him. Always will have like little brother keep him safe energy from me, but I just can't watch it or support it or be near it anymore because it like legitimately causes reactions in me. It makes me very irate, irrationally irate. I should not be this invested in someone else's salvation.
Yeah, evangelicals have that effect on me too. Get irate.
Well, and it's not even like he's an evangelical. He's illiterate. He hasn't been fucking baptized, and he won't even like just listen to the Bible. And then the people he brings in to talk about the Bible don't have the full understanding of it. It's some evangelical
prosperity gospel.
Well, not even
dispensationalist nonsense.
Dispensationalist mostly.
Oh yeah, they're all dispensationalists.
It's all the end of the world stuff, and like,
sure, I've watched parts of the Ed Mabry stuff, and I'm like, Bud, you have no idea what the Book of Revelation's about. How are you supposed to be an expert?
Yeah, and that's where I said,
like, the first half of the book is the Catholic Mass. It talks about the worship in heaven. And yeah, parts of it have already happened. The parts you think are still to come already happened. You know, it's nonsense.
Yeah. So if they can grift into the sun, they could become big Joe Rogans if they want to, but I don't know, without me. Without me. Yeah, I just whatever gets the views, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I could never get into it. I wish no ill will to the guys. They're
Right.
they're nice enough guys. I met them in person. They were super nice to me.
They're good people.
They are good people, but their
Dorks.
Christology is lacking.
Yeah.
Their knowledge of the Bible is lacking, and I don't know. I think they do more harm than good with the type of gospel they're spreading. My personal opinion. So I don't really participate in it. But as people, they're nice guys. I have no problems with them
They
at
got
all.
good hearts.
Yeah, they do. They really do. They are very good people. We disagree theologically, and you know what I mean.
There's just
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't want to sit here and talk bad about the guys at all. They have the right to do their thing, and like I said, they are genuinely nice guys. So
And one other thing that just like really bothers me and upsets me, and it's mostly because I know what it means. I know what it means to get your own set. The fact that Not Nice Guy went out of his way to acquire a set of Mormon Bibles for him. No shade to Mormon Bibles, but a set of Mormon Bibles, and had them engraved and gave them to him. And that little nigga ain't even fucking cracked them open. He ain't even cracked them open. That's the money side of it aside, because they're expensive. My mother bought me my own set. I know how much those fucking things cost, plus the engraving. It's just like someone loves you and cares about you that much, and you can't even receive it enough to open it. I don't know. It's just goofy.
yeah. What up, Stacks?
Very disrespectful, in my opinion. But enough about that. There's enough shows on the internet where people just talk shit about each other.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny too because part of the show is going to be about how we're not going to get involved in the show wars. It seems, especially now, this is
internet beef.
But more or less, what we're going to talk about a little. We're just going to touch on it a tiny bit. Is more about Catholic influencers.
Oh yeah, Catholic
going at each
Catholic
other.
Violence.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a Catholic in catechism this week. I think we stole one from y'all.
That's fine.
You might have. They might just be curious. I don't know.
They're bi-curious.
I don't know.
Also, I don't know, man. With Cardinal Pizzaballa now part of the dicastery for interfaith dialogue, and Pope Leo, and also Patriarch Bartholomew really seem to be pushing towards reunification. I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later, to be honest with you.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter because we're all going to be in communion soon enough anyway, in my opinion.
Yep. I think that's the only move.
Yeah, no, we have to consolidate, we have to regroup, and we have to take on this nonsense that is the world right now.
Right.
And we're not going to do it solo, by ourselves, fighting with each other. We gotta come together, and even if we can't defeat the world, we have to come together and help each other get through it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like we can go further together.
Yes.
We all can go further together. Like that's just
there's no hope of reunification with Protestants until they accept so many things that they reject.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're far off with the Eastern and Western Church coming back together.
And I think if that reunification were to happen, I think it would get
you would draw more people out of the Protestant Church for sure.
You would. And you'd also not only the Protestant Church, the Anglicans would probably fold up.
Well, they're Protestants.
Yeah. But a lot of them would just fold up and be like, oh, well, it's over now.
I mean, the Anglicans are barely hanging on by a thread right now anyway. They're basically gone.
Right.
Everybody's left the church and gone secular because it was always kind of secular.
Yeah.
It was founded on divorce.
Thing. Right. Yeah, I saw something. And it said the weird through line in all of these Protestant ones is a love of sin and fornication.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
I have something bookmarked here about that, actually.
Those are the two running themes in all of it.
Yeah, I actually have something here bookmarked about that. Let me,
Is that where I saw it?
Maybe. See if I can find it.
Pumpkin seeds are doing great. Yay. He planted his own garden. I love it.
Sweet.
That's awesome. I'm so excited for him. Yay. Good. If you guys want any bachelor buttons, they're like a pretty flower that you can make little bouquets with. They're just pretty to look at, and they're good for pollinators. Let me know. I will send some your way. They're a perennial, and they get tall. They get tall. I think the ones in my front yard right now are probably sitting at about 3.5, 4 foot tall. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I got like dark, I don't know. I call it like a Marion blue, Mary blue. And then a pink, like a pale baby pink, and then like a light violet, purpley color one. So if you, hell yeah, okay, I'll just send them your way because I have,
I guess I don't have it bookmarked.
I have probably like a gallon Ziploc of dried heads hanging out, and then I've got even more that I have to go deal with. So I will send some your way, sir. Oh, you didn't have it bookmarked?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
I probably saw it when I was scrolling on our
Yeah, I
account
thought I
anyways.
bookmarked it, but apparently I didn't.
That's all right. Okay, what do we want to hop into first, I guess?
I think first, where did stall?
Oh, pollinators are a must-have. Plant as many as I can. Yes, that's like the main reason why I even got into planting flowers, because I was like, if I want to grow food, I have to draw the bugs in to pollinate everything, and how do I do that? So I just started spreading mint everywhere because bees love mint and birds love mint seeds. And then I was like, oh, flowers, those are pretty to look at, and the pollinators like them. I'll also send you some poppies too. I got a decent harvest of poppy heads this year.
Okay, I think I'll start out with this.
I'll put together a little pollinator pack for you.
I'll start out this and lead into the Calvin Robinson thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, we are sharing. Sweet.
Yeah, and just to clarify.
So just a quick little meme to clarify everything. We have Christian, and then we have Judeo.
Yeah.
And the two are not the same.
No.
There's no such thing as Judeo-Christian. Good evening, Meat.
Hey, Will.
And then that goes into this from Calvin Robinson. Well, actually, it goes to this post. Bacha Ungar Sargon said it was disgusting and hateful for Matt Goodwin to question whether Islam is incompatible with British traditions and described the West as Judeo-Christian Muslim. And Calvin Robinson, Judeo-Christian Muslim. I told you this would happen. Once you let them add one qualifier, it will not be long until they try to plonk on another one. Trying to insert a pedophilic warmongering ideology, the West, aka Christendom, is Christian, not Judeo or Muslim.
Yeah.
And that's true, because that's kind of how they do this. That's how feminism gets its, you know what I mean?
That's how they sneak in.
That's how everything starts. We had one little qualifier.
Right.
And then after that, we had more, and we had more, and we had more.
Once you start, well, and it's also like that with religion. Once you start pulling and you admit that there's one fail, then there can be.
Yeah, no, that's
2025.
That's how feminism is trying to destroy the Catholic Church. They finally got them to let altar girls, because there's no holy orders, there's no ordination. It's just young girls up there helping serve the mass. What's wrong with that?
Well, fact that for every girl that's up there, that's a boy that's not up there.
Right.
First of all, point number one.
Yeah, being an altar server is a way for young men to discern the priesthood. It always has been, and that's its main purpose. So why would you have girls up there when they can't discern the priesthood? But then once they got altar girls, altar server females, now there's this big push for deacon or ordaining women deacons.
No.
And then if they get that, which they had better not, because it's completely unbiblical and goes against all the traditions of the church, so you really can't do that. But if they were to get that, then what do you think? What do you give them, a week until they start female priests and bishops?
Yeah.
Like, no.
No.
But yeah, that's how it always starts. You always start with a little qualifier: Judeo-Christian, 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 Judeo-Christian Muslim.
Yeah, that's not it. The Christianity fulfills Judaism, and the Judaism today is not the same Judaism that was practiced by Jesus's people in his time. It's completely different.
Yes.
And the fact that we can't all agree on that allows that Judeo-Christian bullshit to happen. Because back in 18 whatever, they said if we said anything about them, we're anti-Semitic, even though they're not Semites.
Right.
And
then after World War II,
Russian.
Yeah. And then after World War II is when it really, you couldn't say anything bad about it. You have to give the Jews whatever they want.
Yeah.
You have to listen to them. You got to change the liturgy to make it more Jew-friendly.
Right.
You got to cut readings out of the Mass because,
says that the Jews would have been happy if Paul got killed.
Right. We can't make the Jews look bad, guys. We can't say anything bad about the Jews.
If they're bad, they're bad.
Right.
Don't act bad, and then we won't talk bad about it. Don't do bad things, and then people won't have anything bad to say about you. It's really not that difficult.
But yes, apparently you're not allowed to say anything bad against ethnically Russian people unless they're in Russia.
Oh.
Then you can say bad things about them.
That's the trick.
Yeah.
So
once they leave Russia and go to Israel, then you can't talk bad about them anymore.
That's a fun loophole. Oh.
Yeah, I think late 1800s actually.
Welcome, Dan. I think it was like 1850 something, 1860 something.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's the thing, is this is all so new. And because humanity, like, don't get, like, I guess it's a good thing that we do not have like genetic memory cards, right? Like, if you took your laptop and then you pull everything out on a USB and you get a new one and then you plug it in and now you have all that old stuff on the new one. People don't work like that. We don't get born with all of the information from our parents, and they don't get born with all the information from their grandparents, and so on and so forth. So without anybody actually having been alive for hundreds of years, we're going to forget shit. We're going to forget things.
Yeah.
And then also books will just get thrown away. Reprints will be changed. Lines in a web page can be adjusted real time. So it's there's just so much dumb shit.
Yeah.
This is why I've always fall back on like an EMP. Just do that. Just
and ever since
start it over.
Ever since the invention of radio, and then after radio TV, people have become so lazy that nobody looks into anything for themselves. They
No.
just go, "Oh no, I heard that on the radio. I
Yeah.
heard that." And then once TV came along, "Oh no, they told me on TV. I don't need to look into it. The Jews have been this, that, and everything forever, And it's like, no, this is just it for the last 100 years.
It's really honestly since Lyndon B. Johnson. If we want to be real honest about this, it's just since LBJ.
Well, it really started with Darby and Schofield.
Oh, I was talking more about like nation state of Israel.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're the chosen people. They're the greatest. The people on earth.
Yeah.
LBJ.
Right, but
That's
the whole you
from-
can't talk bad about Jews and then this and then Judeo-Christians, that all started with in the late 1800s with Darby and Schofield.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Right. And because it works so well, by the time we get to the 1960s, 100 years later.
Right, it's just the norm now.
Yeah.
Everybody just believes it.
Yeah.
And then we've covered this before. Everybody believes it because when they started doing the televangelists on TV, the Jimmy Swaggers and the Billy Grahams and all that, the Jews that ran TV would not let anybody who wasn't dispensationalist pro-Jew Christian on there to preach.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got all these people preaching to millions and millions and millions of people and teaching them this dispensationalist prosperity gospel Jewish nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people think Christianity is, because that's what they've been hearing for all these years on the television.
Yep. And I think they switched it up because Sheen was so good.
Yes.
He was so good.
Well, Sheen started on radio, so he already had such a following that he could do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
And yeah, they did, but Sheen went off the radio or off the TV in the 60s or 70s. Yeah,
right about Vatican II is when
right around the time when they started pushing these other televangelists with the Jew nonsense.
Yeah.
Sheen went off TV.
Right. Well, once he was off TV, then there was room for other people.
Right.
As well. It was just kind of like a good timing.
Yes.
A good time to change things up a little bit.
Yeah. Fulton Sheen made a lot of people Catholic.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Still making a lot of people Catholic.
So long after his death, still making a lot of people Catholic.
Two
of them right here.
I recently followed a young lady who recently herself just found Sheen and Life is Worth Living series, and she's like, "This is the greatest thing ever."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet you look up.
And yet you took up for yourselves tabernacle of Moloch and the star of your god Rephan, figures which you yourselves formed in order to adore them. And so I will carry you away beyond Babylon.
Yeah, what he said.
So, Stacks, to answer your question, do we watch The Chosen? Yes. Yes, we do watch The Chosen.
Yeah.
We do watch The Chosen.
I,
Don't tell the other Catholics. No, I'm just kidding. You can tell them that it's a mixed bag on opinions. I think as far as television programming goes, good. Love it. Love it. Make more of it. Make more of them. Keep going. Because there's nothing as far as like family approved TV. What are your options?
right.
What are your options to sit as a family and watch and not have to be on edge, ready to pause or fast forward or earmuffs, sunglasses, like what are your options?
Right.
Very limited.
So I when it comes to The Chosen, it's a little Jewy, it's a little evangelical. There's even some Mormonism sprinkled in
They
there.
have a priest in the writer's room. They
Yeah.
have a priest in the writer's room, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, there are Catholics on the thing. And do I look at
Jonathan
it and go,
Rooney
this
is
is the
Catholic.
Bible, this is perfect, this is great?
No,
No.
no.
I don't. They ad lib a lot of stuff. They
Hecka.
throw a lot of most of the stuff in there is not in the Bible.
Hecka.
But as far as family TV goes, it's not horrible.
No.
If you're watching it thinking it's a substitute for reading your Bible, then no, it's horrible.
That's a dumb move. Don't
do
that.
that. Yeah.
But if you have read your Bible, if you're a churchgoer and you have a understanding of these stories and have gotten them on your own before you go do this, yeah, sure. And even for little kids, I think you'd be fine.
Yeah.
I don't think
Now the fact that was it Jonathan Rooney or whatever who plays Jesus is a Catholic, he's brought people to the Catholic Church through the show.
Right.
So you know what I mean? It's not all bad.
No.
But it's not great either.
I don't know. I'm not gonna poo-poo it. I like it. I appreciate that they took the time to do it. Do I love that an evangelical came up with the idea? No.
No.
No, I don't.
But do I love that a Catholic plays a big part in it? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, it's a mixed bag. You take it for what it is, and
yeah.
But I'm not gonna bash it. I watched every season. We went and saw season 5 in the theater.
Yep.
So
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
So I'm not gonna pretend like, oh, it's horrible, don't watch it. Like I watch it.
We like it.
Yeah. But I watch it through a lens. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
yeah.
I know better. I have a strong
if you just look at it as an interpretation, as I don't know, an appreciation, an art form, an expression, maybe an expression would be better phrasing. But if you just look at it as a piece of art being made out of love for the word and the Bible, then I think that you should be able to get behind it.
And there is really good parts of it, like the scene, the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus is giving the sermon and going through the Beatitudes and stuff. That's pretty powerful. I mean, it's really good.
Yeah.
That like stuff like that is really good. There is lots of actual biblical stuff in there, straight out of the Bible, that is really good.
Yeah.
And then there's lots of stuff in there that is not out of the Bible. It's ad lib that is, some of it's good, some of it's like, I think it did a bad job on that. But I'm not going to say the whole story as a whole is junk because of a few parts that I.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
like Joseph being a Caribbean Islander.
I mean, yeah. There's some yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in the first season, I mostly just appreciated that it kind of brings to life that the people that surround Jesus.
Yes.
The story of Mary Magdalene, or Mary of Magdala, the story of the oh gosh, the paraplegic who was saved by his friends. His friends' faith is what got him healed. I think it was season 2 is the pick up your mat and go. That one was a really good one.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to like read the stories, and I've always kind of had an opinion on the man with the mat next to the pool. I'm like, it's a geothermal feature. They run on a cycle. At no point in your however many years sitting there, you didn't think, it's been 17 sunups. It's going to start bubbling soon. Let me get closer. Right? The lack of pattern recognition always bothered me about the man with the mat. And then to like see that scene work out the way that it did in the TV show, I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm good with being mad at him for not having the pattern recognition. I was right on that.
Right.
Uh,
But yeah, it definitely humanizes the disciples, which I do like about it, because a lot of people think when you think of the disciples and even saints of the past, they think of these holier than thou, did no wrong, and they weren't. They were regular people. Most of them were bad sinners before the
Right.
Lord came along.
And most of them definitely thought that they were going straight to hell.
Yeah,
Most of them were like, I am the worst. And they just like every day tried not to be the worst.
yeah. So I do think it does a good job of humanizing the disciples, and because that is true. These people were not these holier than thou great. They all turned out to be these great people, but like they were very human. They had flaws, just like me and you. They sinned just like me and you.
They got frustrated with each other. They got short with each other.
Yeah, they were in competition with each other for some time. Like all that stuff is legit. These were human people, and I think it does do good for people to see that.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's a mixed bag, but I think all in all it does good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're in the minority on Catholics on that one.
Yeah.
Well, we're in the minority of trad Catholics on that one.
Yeah.
Your regular Novus Ordo Catholics love it.
Oh, they do.
That's the greatest thing ever.
When
Our priest is all about it. He was even an extra in an episode.
In the fishes and loaves.
In the feeding of the 5,000, yeah.
He was an extra in that. And then also as we went to the theater and saw season 5 as it came out, no less than like 3 rows of each screening were our old ladies.
Yeah, people from our parish.
Or the old ladies that I hang out with on Thursday for coffee. It was all of them.
Yeah.
Now that I'm like more regularly attending, because that came out during Lent, so I wasn't doing coffee with them.
Right.
But now that I'm like back in there, I'm like, oh shoot, it really was all of you ladies just sitting together. Decided like, oh, let's go see this one.
They probably decided at coffee.
Decided at coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Matthew wasn't autistic. I don't.
He may have been.
I don't
know how many vaccines did he get. We don't know we don't know if he's autistic or not.
Yeah. Well, and also the autism that we have today is a pseudoscience understanding of a response to an outside influence on the human person.
Yeah.
Right. So we're just kind of in the open air research department here in America. They don't have to do double blind studies. They just have to force us to get these things and make our insurance, make our doctors give us these things, just kind of like they've done with the VA this whole time. The VA is a teaching hospital.
Yeah.
It's for research and teaching. So just sit with that for a second. So all the meds we pump into our veterans, all the dumb shit that we do to them, all the hoops we make them jump through.
It's all just to figure out, yeah.
Just to see what happens.
Yep.
What happens?
We got this new drug, so let's give it to these guys and see what it does to them.
What happens? So they've been doing that to our veterans for all this time, and because they've gotten away with it, why don't we just spread it to all the people? But yes, the portrayal of Matthew as an autistic is interesting. It is interesting. It is leaning into that humanizing the people.
Right.
I don't know if that's actually how it was, but I've read the book of Matthew.
Yeah, he's definitely more autistic than the rest
particular. Very particular.
Well, he had to be, though, because his gospel was geared towards the Jews.
Right.
It was specifically for the Jews, so it had to be.
It had to be a very specific.
It had to be, yeah. We had to show the lineage. We had to show a lot of things specific to Jews.
Yeah.
Well, I appeased them, but to show that that this is the fulfillment of prophecy. The prophecy says this is this. This, it says this is this. So he's basically showing the Jews that this is actually the Messiah according to the scripture.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why his gospel is the way it is.
Yeah, that is true.
So anyway, enough about The Chosen. We've been going on about The Chosen for like 20 minutes now.
Nah, not that long.
It's been a lot.
But
we've already lost 4 viewers because of it.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Just kidding. It's not because of that. It's because we suck. But
well, whatever.
No. So anyway, on to the next Muslim thing.
Okay.
We're talking Muslims today.
All right.
Mohammedans. So this is a 2-parter. And let me share this. So this is a bunch.
This is all the Shia. Yeah, a lot of them look bizarre. Yeah, it is.
And so this person is spot on with his take on this. This is why they do this. This is actually why they do this. The choice to do this outside of a cathedral is not because of convenient open space. This is intentional intimidation and claiming the site for future conversion to an Islamic mosque. Now that Islamic worship has occurred on the property, they can take it by force someday.
Ooh,
And then Sharia law allows that now that Allah has been worshipped in the grounds, this is justification to seize the property from the Christians at gunpoint and convert it to a mosque. It has been done many times in history.
Yeah.
So essentially, when you see Muslims praying outside of Christian churches, that is what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're basically claiming the ground.
Right.
Once they do it, they can rightfully take it by force when they feel that the opportunity is there.
Right.
Once they see the opportunity, they can seize it.
They can
they can go in and murder people and take it by force and convert it to a mosque.
Yeah.
I don't think most people know that.
No. Yeah. Well. That's no good. That's no good. The Shia.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, the Shia are an entirely different beast of Islam.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. They're the zero fuck around type.
Yeah. Yeah. They go around killing all the Sunnis.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the even smaller branch? The Kurds.
Mm-hmm. Shia, Sunnis, Kurds.
Was about to talk shit and be like, how many different sects of it do you need? But then I'm like, well, we got Catholics and Orthodox and Protestants and evangelicals and Mormons.
Adventists.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got, it's messy. Yeah, we have guns.
Yeah, well, again, you don't see it too much in America right now, and I think that might have something to do with it.
Maybe?
This is mainly happening in Europe.
Well, here in America, they just take over places like Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah.
They just take over places like small cities in Texas.
Well, here in America, too, the Catholic Church just shuts down churches and sells them to the Muslims for pennies on the dollar instead of selling it to the SSPX or the FSSP or one of these traditional Catholic groups that keep trying to buy them from them at more money than the Muslims are offering. And they go, no, thanks. And they sell it to a Muslim.
I was about to say, instead of doing the pennies on the dollar bullshit, do fucking 5 to the dollar.
Yeah.
Like, if you really want, how bad you want it, Mohammed?
Well, that just goes to show you the state of some of the bishops in this country.
Yeah, it does.
Speaking of bishops in this country.
Yeah.
I guess we'll do that one next.
Yes, the Shias are the ones you see hitting themselves with the swords and stuff like that. They're the don't fuck around types. Yes. And Hadley has a pretty good aim.
Yes, Hadley is a pretty good shot. And she was taught by her dad, so.
Yes.
Stall.
Okay, I'll stall. I don't know what he's looking for. But it's a thing that I've known about Sharia law in the back corners of my brain because I think I've told you guys this before, but when the 9/11s happened, and then the Islam, they're gonna come and they're gonna kill us all. I was like, oh, well, the guy who works at the gas station down the road, he does those prayer things on that prayer mat facing the east. I wonder what that's about. He's really nice to me. Why would he want to kill me? So I just asked Mr. Tony, can I get one of them Qurans? Can I read one of those? Is that allowed? He gave me a Quran, and I read the Quran at 12 years old.
Yeah.
Had no business reading it. None at all. Learned a bunch of shit. Learned a bunch of stuff. They're crazy. It's a crazy religion. Did y'all know that if a Mohammedan has one impure thought, no definitions on impurity. If you feel it's an impure thought, you must wash yourself 5 times. Nearest fresh water source. Running water has to be running water. Cleanse yourself 5 times. And then definitely don't go thinking about it again, because then you got to start all over again.
Yeah.
That's just one of the things that that's just like second. I was like, that is the weirdest thing for a sand person to have to do. Wow. Weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole there's a lot of shit built into the Sharia law. That it's one of those things where you're like, you can't give them an inch. We should not allow that religion practiced within our borders because it is a religion of death and murder.
Yeah. Like you're allowed to have 3 wives plus whatever your right hand possesses.
Right.
Meaning slaves, meaning
Yeah.
you can take sex slaves.
Yeah.
If they're not Muslim, you can take sex slaves.
Yeah.
Or just slaves in general.
Yeah.
But they usually wind up being sex slaves.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
And they also, not only are they fine marrying children, they're also totally down with doing the sodomy.
Mm-hmm.
Doing
Little
the
boys, yeah.
sodomy.
Yeah, even though
So-
it's technically, see, it's weird. There's a weird loophole in the Quran where you can molest little boys.
Mhm.
You can't be gay, but you can have sex with young boys.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I think that comes down to the whatever your right hand possesses kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they're your property, you can do whatever you want to them.
Whatever you want to them. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just don't know why in America. I mean, I do know why. I do know. I'm not stupid. I don't know why in America we would allow that and then also encourage it. And by encourage it, I mean don't shut it down entirely.
Yeah.
We already have enough pedophiles within our own
Right.
borders. We don't need to import more from a third world where they already don't act like us. It's just a recipe. For
Apparently we do
disaster.
though.
Well, I don't know. This is how you end up with the Crusades, whatever number it
Yeah.
would be.
More reasons why the East and West need to reunification.
Yeah, yeah. Because the Mohammedans are outbreeding us. First of all,
Yeah.
Point number one. Them and their 5 wives, they're popping out 5 kids a year,
Right.
right? Because you can have 1 child a year. One woman can have 1 child a year. They have 5 wives. 3 sounds sweet, sounds normal. No, it's not. They have more than that.
Yep.
And they're all pregnant all the time.
Yep. They're like black people that way.
Sure.
Popping out kids for the food stamps.
No.
See,
Some
my
of 'em
Twitter
do
feed
that.
has been full of nothing but black people with 9 kids bragging about all the money and food stamps they get. Now that the bill's passed and people are gonna be losing their benefits and stuff.
I have done 7 hours worth of podcasts dissecting SNAP and the Department of Agriculture. I don't think that SNAP today serves anyone. I don't think buying these children processed high fructose corn syrup that's just going to give them the type 2 diabetes is providing sustenance and nutrition to these children. I think it does more of a disservice to the child to give their dumb mother $1,000 a month to go buy fucking Doritos and Dr. Peppers and Eggo waffles. I think that that's worse for the children than being a little hungry.
Yeah.
I said it. Because
So there is
there's food, there's like little food pantries, there's churches, there's soup kitchens, there's places that these people could go to feed their children real food. And it's all it does is prop up these megacorps. All it does is prop up Pepsi and
Mhm.
Kraft.
intentionally, yeah.
Right. It's money laundering. It's money laundering at the expense of the health of our nation's children, and I'm sick of it.
Also, most of these people on Snap are so fat they could go a month or so without
They
food
could be a little hungry.
for a long time.
Right. 600-pound life. What's his name? Dr. somebody? Oh, he's like, you're not going to waste away. You've eaten 4 years worth of calories.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could live on water for 4 years.
Yeah. Oh
So-
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to what we were talking about, nonsense bishops.
Yeah.
So Bishop Alberto Rojas issued a decree dispensing the obligation to attend Sunday Mass due to genuine fear of immigration enforcement actions. Yesterday, Bishop Rojas released the decree stating dispensation from the obligation to attend Mass. All members of the faithful in the Diocese of San Bernardino who, due to genuine fear of immigration enforcement actions, are unable to attend Sunday Mass or Masses on holy days of obligation are dispensed from this obligation as provided for in Canon 1247 until such time as this decree is revoked or amended. In the decree, he encourages alternative spiritual practices such as personal prayer, reading sacred scripture, and devotions like the rosary, asking parishes to support the faithful in these efforts. So we're going to tell these people in America, in California, this liberal bishop is going to say, you know what? You don't have to go to mass because you're afraid that the immigration might get you because you're already here illegally. I'm not sure how that falls into sin because you're breaking the laws, but also like you can break the laws of man in some instances. You know what I mean?
Right.
But either way,
I mean, but in the ways that you can break the laws, there's nothing so bad in Mexico that you have left to come here
illegally
to then not go to mass.
Right.
Like if the fear of getting got by ICE is greater than the fear of being a poor person in Mexico, I don't like that's not
right.
that's
No.
not good enough.
Yeah.
That's not good
it's
enough.
nonsense. I mean, you've got Christians in Palestine going to mass every Sunday, knowing the Israelis are going to drop a bomb on their church any minute. You've got Christians in Africa showing up to mass every day, knowing that there's Mohammedans waiting there to murder them on their way to mass.
Yeah.
Okay, these people show up and go to, you know, what if do you think Christians in the first, second, third century were like, okay, guys, we can't assemble and have church because Rome is persecuting
Rome's
us.
a little mad
And if we
right
get
now.
found out, we're all going to get put to death.
Yeah.
No, they went and did
it
their,
anyway.
they went the sacred liturgy every single time they needed to. You know, it's ridiculous that, because you might get scooped up by ICE, you don't have to go to mass, but people are risking their lives all over the world every single day to attend mass.
Yeah.
Like, it's nonsense.
And I don't know. I feel confident saying that over half of our saints were martyred for their faith.
Right.
I think if anything,
Like, it's not a life or death situation.
No, it's
and even
not.
if it was, you still got to go to mass.
Yeah.
You know, become a martyr for your faith. Fine.
If that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's complete and utter nonsense.
Yeah.
And this is what Francis did to the church.
Yeah.
We need an about face.
Yeah. I really hope that Leo addresses this soon.
Yeah, well, there's
That kind of
rumors.
stuff can't stand.
There's rumors that the Roman Curia is getting a big shakeup. A whole lot of people are getting fired, and a whole lot of new appointments are coming. We'll see, but that's the rumor. And there's also a rumor that there's an encyclical coming.
Being worked on, yeah.
So we don't know what it's going to be about.
I don't know. The rumor I heard was it was environmental.
It very well could be. It very well could be.
Focus on the global warming.
Yeah, the thermometer problem.
Yeah, the thermometer.
The thermometer problem, right?
Shout out Dr. Anthony Stein.
Speaking of, I had something in here about that.
Oh, about the climate change?
Yeah.
Doctrine or not? There you go.
Oh yeah, right here from Shane Satchel.
Okay.
Satchel.
Let's share the screen so that way they can see it.
Yeah, I'll get there in a second. Calm down.
Okay. I'm calm. Yes.
Yeah.
SNAP is the Walmart profits. Yeah. Especially because most of their employees receive SNAP benefits because Walmart screws everybody and you only get to work 28 hours a week because if we have you work 29 and a half, then we have to pay you benefits.
Yeah, it says, I do not believe in man-made global warming. It is not an article of Catholic faith. And therefore, the church does not require me to believe in it. No matter how many encyclicals the popes write on it, I will continue to believe and act as if it does not exist because it doesn't. And that is true. You know, Pope Francis wrote numerous encyclicals on global warming. No popes before him did.
No.
But he wrote a bunch of them. But yet, again, it's not an article of Catholic faith. I don't have to believe in it. I don't have to listen to your nonsense on it. You can talk about it all you want.
Sure.
And this is where it's great to have the guardrails in the Catholic faith. Because even when you get a bad pope that does stuff like that, and you have bad bishops that do nonsense like this, they cannot change the doctrine of the church. They can't just say, you have to believe in global warming now because I said so. No, they'd have to call council.
Right.
They would have to call a council and lots of it's just not going to happen.
Right. Yeah. Let's all laugh raucously.
Right.
At calling a council
over global warming.
Right.
To declare global warming a dogma. Yeah.
No, we got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. So at least we have guardrails to protect us against these idiots.
Thankfully.
Yeah. And then there's this one. There is not much difference between Sodom and Gomorrah and today's society. Here's a 40-second video we'll watch.
If we knew our history, we would know that wokeness is as old as the Bible itself. As portrayed in today's first reading, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah had become so depraved that they looked upon depravity as good and traditional virtuous behavior as bad.
Yep.
Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it?
Yep.
In today's society.
Somebody-
Abraham couldn't even find 10 virtuous people to save the city of Sodom. And yet God was willing to save it if those people would only turn to him. We must never forget. If we knew our
Yeah, that's dead on. We live in modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. And I don't know how much longer until God rains fire on the sky and destroys it all.
Well, he said he wasn't going to do that again. So there's that.
Yeah,
There's that.
but he probably should.
I'm the Hellfire and Brimstone Baptist, not you.
Yeah.
That's my lane.
That's your thing?
That's my lane.
Okay, I'll stay out of your lane. My
Okay.
bad.
Because I mean, I want that. I've wanted that for at least a decade now.
Yeah.
At least a decade now, since the Pride parades went into every major city. I'm like, boy, y'all about to get us smoked. He is not gonna be happy about this with all your butt cheeks out in the streets. Like that ain't it. That's how you get God. That's how you anger God. But it didn't go down like that. But yeah, he said he's not doing that again. He made a deal. We'll just suffer in our own messes that we make.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to get into any of this other stuff. We're already close to an hour.
Oh,
And I literally just got done with a 20-mile bike ride
Yeah.
and did 2 shows today.
yeah, that's fine.
So I think we're going to kind of call it. I know the show is kind of all over the place, guys.
A little bit.
I hope it was entertaining, though.
Maybe.
I had fun.
Okay.
Oh. But yeah, with that being said, I think we're going to call it tonight. It's been a real long day. So you'll be here on Friday, Emily?
Yes, I will be here Friday morning.
Or you'll be on morning crew, should I say? You won't be here?
Yeah, for morning crew. People
Yeah.
know where to find me.
Yeah, people know where to find you. I know.
Yes, morning crew, Friday, 6:30 a.m. Central Time. We are watching season 1, episode 2 of Dark.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, since I think people should watch it and I can't show up in someone's house and turn it on for them. I can watch it and they can watch me watch it.
Nice. Well, thank you, Stax. You have a good night as well, sir.
Uh,
And then, we will be back on Prec Pack channel tomorrow for Stage 6 highlights of the Tour de France.
yes.
I know people are watching it. I don't know who, but it's getting views.
Yep.
I didn't think it was going to get any. I don't think anybody was going to watch it. But if you're not watching it, I highly recommend you at least check it out. I think it'll be more entertaining than you think. I don't know. I really enjoyed the tour.
If you I know Scotty said something in the group chat earlier about just kind of sometimes you get a little overwhelmed with all the happenings in the world. And you just kind of want to watch something that's not that.
The Tour de France is great.
Grand Tour highlights. Yeah, not
Tour de
Grand
France.
Tour. Tour de France.
Tour de France highlights is good. Yeah.
Tour de France highlights is a good little way to check out of whatever nonsense and hop into something completely
And
different.
it's not like other sports where I don't consider it like the bread and circus. It's not this big entertaining thing. These are guys that don't get paid a whole lot of money, destroying themselves just to go out there for themselves and be the best.
Yeah.
And it is very much a team sport. So the guys that aren't really got a shot of winning are going out there and killing themselves to help the guy
so way their dude can get it.
Yeah, that way
their
their
boy can win.
right. That way their guy can go out there and do it. So, there's a lot of guys that sacrifice a lot just to help somebody else win. And I really enjoy that about the sport of cycling.
Yeah.
I really do. Because you'll see these guys go out there and just kill themselves one day just to set the pace and lead Tadej Pogacar out for the stage win and to win the tour. You know what I mean? Like these guys kill themselves for no glory of their own.
Not
There's
their own.
no glory of their own. Zero glory of their own. Just so somebody else can stand on the podium. And I really appreciate that about cycling. So
I think it's knowing that you helped get Buddy up there.
Yeah. So
But, yeah.
with that being said, if you want, check out our Tour de France highlights over on the Prec Pack channel on Rumble.
Yes.
So those of you that will do that, I will see you tomorrow. And those of you that won't, I'll see you guys Sunday.
Yeah.
So God bless everybody. Have a wonderful night. We appreciate you guys, and thanks for stopping by.
God loves you.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitte nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera